Come on in, people. Come on in. Before we even get to start, I know you hear the music a little. Let me turn it down a little bit. Hold on for a second. I really want people to join in on this conversation because this is a huge, another topic, another serious topic, another topic that has to do with actual life, and I really would love for you guys to join in with me. If you have StreamYard or what have you, I will absolutely invite you in. All right, I'm going to show my face. I'm just getting everything set up right now. I'm sorry, guys. I was supposed to start around 7:15 anyway, but we're gonna start really, really soon. We're gonna start really soon, guys. How's everybody Monday going? I'm actually gonna put my link in so you guys can get invited. This is a topic that I want to go over. It's a serious topic that I might not be educated in. I'm not a lawyer or anything of that sort. All right, just want to let that be known. But here's my link to join the conversation. And if you want to donate to the channel, I'm gonna put that in too. Hold on a second. I haven't do that in so long. Hold on 1 second. Whew, here we go. Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, let me stop this real quick. Stop sharing real quick. Put on this camera. What's going on, people? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Kasim Lamar, Dream Big Podcast. I'm glad that you're joining me. I hope to get more people coming in to, listen to me, listen to my response to this very important subject that we're going to be talking about tonight. It's not going to be a long, because I have a lot to do this evening before I go to bed for work. So this is not going to be a long live stream, but we're going to do the best that we possibly can. And if you want to join in on this topic, this is going to be a topic that you really probably want to join in on. All right. And again, as I said, for the last year of doing this, I'm not going to ever. Hold on 1 second. Here when I'm here, I'm not going to ever. Get on something that is meaningless. I believe anything that I talk about is absolutely not meaningless at all. In my opinion, I don't believe that at all. It's important. It should be important to the system, the way of life, and everything else of it. I wanted to do a quick video, but I don't believe a video on this topic of this guy. I'm probably going to pronounce the name wrong, but his name is. I thought I put him in here too. See, I have to change that because on my YouTube it's saying a different topic. Hold on one second. It's saying a different topic, but his name was Rajay Black. Man killed his wife, his ex-wife, and his first he killed his ex-girlfriend first, and she was pregnant. He killed her first, and then he killed his what am I call it? His ex-wife second. He did some of this on live stream, but he didn't do the actual killing on live stream. This is in Baltimore. It's actually it's within the suburbs of Baltimore. It's not quite the Baltimore city at all. It's the suburbs of Baltimore. This man, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right, but this man, Rajay Black, Rajay Sharif Black. He's not. This story been going on. People, other YouTubers been talking about this for the last 24 hours. I think it happened last Sunday, not this past Sunday, but last Sunday it happened. And what occurred was he was. I gotta change this whole thing on YouTube too. But what occurred with this whole thing is that he it was a murder suicide. He killed them, then he killed himself. His ex-girlfriend was pregnant, um, and he killed her as well. You know, this is a very, very sad situation for everyone in this situation. This wasn't a typical guy. He's with, the manosphere called a high value man. He made over 100K a year. And I don't want to make people, blame, put the blame game on people. I'm just saying, stating my opinion on what occurred. As a matter of fact, let me do this real quick. I hope you guys don't hear that. But I'm just stating my opinion about this, about the whole deal, the whole ordeal. And the fact of the matter is that this man put himself in a situation where the system, where the system wasn't looking out for him. For what it was being said, I'm gonna actually read some articles on this as well. I'm gonna go intact with this situation. I wanted to talk about something else. I wanted to go live with something else tonight, and I'm gonna bring it to that as well. But what made this situation crazy is what, and with this mental health and what we're going through as a society today, and the system is not being fair to certain people. So the system is, in my opinion, is the biggest corporate. So what you guys don't understand, I'm gonna read some articles about it, and I was doing a lot of quote unquote investigating on this. The man was fighting for his kids for the last 3 years with his ex-wife. He was fighting for his kids for the last 3 years, uh, and in the whole time, this guy was, he was going after her to get his kids 3 years straight, every month. For a man that's making 200K, for a man such as myself that's not making nowhere near that amount, that would have broke me within 3 months. What you don't understand is that the guidelines on, fighting for your custody is very expensive. You got to go through a litigation over and over again and stuff like that, and especially if you have your significant other, being as though it was his ex-wife, to saying to the courts that he was molesting the kids. And by what you're gonna, we're gonna watch the video together, and what he was, he's gonna let you know, and I'm gonna react to whatever he's saying on the video. And this was just before he killed his ex-wife. You know, you won't see. I want to make it clear that you won't see him killing his wife. You're gonna see him on live, I think Instagram live, talking to his friends and things of that nature. You know, again, this wasn't just any dude. It was a hardworking guy that might have made certain mistakes on how he was, who he was with, and things of that nature. Hold on one second. Stop making excuses for a murderer, and he killed his girlfriend too. I said that as well. I said that he killed his girlfriend. I don't know if you was listening or not. And nobody's making excuses. We got to solve the bigger picture, because this will happen again. And the bigger picture of what occurred is that the system will take you to that breaking point. It's been, I don't want to make this a man or woman thing, but it's been many women that did some drastic things, and it's been many people that would make 1,000 excuses for that particular, all those women. They would make 1,000 excuses. I did something on the woman last year that killed all 3 of her children. I had women, women and certain men in the comment section that said she was going through too much pressure. I had most of them were saying that, So again, it's a double standard when it comes to men mental. It's a super double standard. It comes out to the kids are going to suffer the most because the system didn't protect everyone. We could be here all day on the fact that, and I talk about this, so the next young man or the next man having this situation occur to him, he got to think about things. He got to say to himself, a lot of men do it. You know what? I'm done. You gonna raise the kids by yourself. I give you money like you want it, and then the kids turn out to be trash because 80. Let's be really honest. If we look at the courts, we look at prison, 75 to 80% of the as a matter of fact, way more than that, 85 to 90% of the people in prison was raised in a single parent household. So the bigger picture is who is many to blame. It's many to blame, but I'm putting blame on the system for not handling this. They have a man that's going through a breaking point, and just because the man, just because it's a situation where this man is not going to get, no one's looking out for him. As long as he keep on paying, he could keep doing what he want. The system the court system ain't gonna let him just stop. They ain't gonna say time out. You're paying all this money. Stop going for the kids. You're not going to go for the kids. They're gonna say keep on spending your money, dum. Not in that fashion, but they're gonna say keep spending your money. Keep on spending your money. And again, this man that killed his wife and his ex-wife and his ex-girlfriend, being as though his ex-girlfriend was pregnant at the time, killed his ex-girlfriend. It was a situation where this man wasn't thinking rationally. This is what happens with mentally people that's down bad, on the edge. And if you just don't want to, this person that just sent me a message, it said, stop making excuses for a murderer, and he killed his girlfriend too, being as though I already mentioned all that. This is the type of person, that's their logic. Their logic is to not discuss anything, not to make it a big picture factor. Just go on and get along. Don't worry about Don't worry about your son going through this. Don't worry about your daughter going through this. Don't discuss it. And don't that sound familiar? Don't that sound familiar? When our parents, I'm 41 years old, when our parents, the last generation, didn't discuss anything, didn't tell me, didn't tell many of my friends, men or women, what will happen if you make these bad choices. They didn't tell us. They just, a lot of them didn't tell us. None of them didn't get no knowledge. And I was talking about this in my last live. If you don't get no knowledge of what's going on, no realization on what's going on, history will keep on repeating itself. Illogical people that's in their feelings just going to say he's a murderer. That's it. Okay, you're absolutely right. You're saying something that's a matter of fact. But why did he murder his ex-wife? Why did he murder his ex-girlfriend? And this is why I'm making this live tonight. So hopefully, if you have a son and if you have a daughter, they won't go through stuff like this. Many people like me that's making a live about this subject. This is what I made a live about the woman last year in the same city that killed 3 of her kids. And really nobody didn't talk about it. But when you did talk about it, they placed blame on society. Is it because she was a woman? Is it because of that? And this is the problem. A man can't come to another person, and then when I show you the video of him him on live before he killed his ex-wife, because he killed his ex-girlfriend that was pregnant first. When I go on live, when you see his live, you would see that he's commenting on people that actually stood by him, because usually in a situation on the divorce court, people standing by the woman. People saying, "Oh, he must have did something," because she accused him of molesting. But let's react to this video before I go any further. Let's get it. Please keep on commenting. I don't care if you disagree with me or not. Keep on commenting. Again, I will always show videos, talk about different events, current events that actually matter. I would never talk about something that that don't matter to society ever. So let's get it going. Hold on. That confesses murder. Okay, here we go. Yep. This is for its educational purposes. That's why I'm sharing this. I want that to be known for YouTube. Okay, let's react to this. Hold on one second. Let me bring it back.
For everybody out there that supported me and really knows what's going on, thank you all. I've been going through a custody battle. I've been going through having my ex-wife say I molested my children and all kinds of craziness. Been fighting for custody for 3 years.
Before we go any further with that, I want you guys to understand, at the beginning when he said, I want to thank people that was with me through all this, he did it for 3 years. Every month he was fighting, putting money in to have a new court date. This is records you can see for yourself as well. This man saying this again, he's a murderer. He's a murderer. I'll be the first one to say it. But we have to get to the gist of things. Why is this happening? And this happens a few times, man or woman, when it comes to custody of their children, especially what this man seemed to love the hell out of his kids. But again, when a man or woman is on the brink of things, especially a man, especially a black man, We can't talk to nobody. We can't tell people how we really feel. We can't be honest. We can't disrespect the black woman when they're disrespecting us. We can't do none of this. We can't bring on facts. We gotta be simping 1,000%. We gotta be emasculated 1,000%. This is why this man said, "Hey, I want to thank people that was helping me during this time, because it more than likely wasn't many." Let's start it from the beginning. I won't talk anymore. I'll let it go through.
For everybody out there that supported me and really knows what's going on, thank you all. I've been going through a custody battle. I've been going through having my ex-wife say I molested my children and all kinds of craziness. Been fighting for custody for 3 years. So, shit has been real crazy. What's up, Oliver? You know about this. Going through it with my ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. So, started dating somebody new, and she got pregnant. And, we got in a fight. First thing she does is threatening that she's going to do the same thing. You're never going to see your kids, blah, blah, blah. It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man. I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo. Felt like a dream. Like, I never thought I would be
We got to
guy.
rewind that back. I know I said I wasn't gonna stop
go to
it,
prison.
but listen to what he said.
And she got pregnant, and going through it with my ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. So, started dating somebody new, and she got pregnant, and we got in a fight. First thing she does is threatening that she's going to do the same thing. You're never going to see your kids, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. He said his ex-wife told him he wasn't going to see his kids. She told the courts that he molested her. It's really no evidence, because if it was real evidence, they wouldn't even tell. I'm not a lawyer, but if it wasn't real evidence on him molesting her, they wouldn't tell. They would have told him to either stop fighting, stop wasting your money, because we found evidence that you did do it. You would never get custody of your kids if it was a real situation. Okay. And then he said, you know how you got your ex-girlfriend and she know you having baby mama drama, whatever, your ex-wife drama, and you telling her everything, and she take advantage of that now, but you got her pregnant now. You in a situation, it's a 44-year-old man. I really don't understand his logic when it comes to not, I just don't understand it. And that part, like you have to understand who you're around. I get with his wife, because actually the story is that they was together for 7 years before they even had children together. They was married for 7 years before they had children together. But again, this guy is what you call a high value man when it comes to finding money. He makes over $150K a year. With what he was doing, and what then the whole situation again, as I was saying, the ex-girlfriend now they ex. Now she cheat. Now she's saying that he ain't gonna never see the baby that's in her right now. Now she's saying that, well, all that shit he going through, 3 years of litigations on trying to get his custody of his children and everything. He said he don't have no family. I guess he's not from the Baltimore area. I'm not for sure. Because when I was, researching him, I couldn't even see if he was from somewhere else. I got to keep on researching on that. But as I said before, again, it's no excuse to murder anybody. None. It's none at all. But people, and I tell this to my kids, I tell this to my son, my kids. When I say my kids, my offspring, and I tell it to other people, kids, do not mess with people's mental health. Do not mess with people's mental health. And especially men. Because a lot of men, no matter they black, white, Hispanic, persuasion, Asian, whatever how you want to put it, whatever you call yourself, we don't have we don't have a just to, to talk about our feelings. Because when we do, society tell us, man, the fuck up, go your way. You man up. You shouldn't have made that mistake. You're a simp. You're a beta. You this and you that. And I'm guilty of telling certain men that they're beta for getting themselves into situations that they did. And I'm gonna stop doing that shit until I know completely the whole full story. I'm not gonna even do that. No more. And again, this live video is to teach young men, especially, I should say young men, but especially young Black men. Before you go through this stuff, you need to be educated on how the system works. You need to be educated because you can lose your mind because the system don't give a shit about you. Don't care. Don't care. Point blank. Okay, so anyway, I'm back to the video. Let's get back to the video.
It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man. I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo. Felt like a dream. Like, I never thought I would be that guy. I can't go to prison, so the person that really started my depression and all of this is my ex-wife. So
do you hear what he just said? The person that really started his depression was his ex-wife. Again, people is going to, sweep it away, project their hate for the man and things of that nature. We don't care. It's going to be, we don't care. His depression, he still killed people, this and that. He still killed his ex-wife and his ex-girlfriend, and which it was pregnant. The ex-girlfriend is a fucking super mess. But at the same time, this is a situation where if you don't learn from these moments, these situations of depression and how Black men we have to go through each and every day. We don't get no help from no assistance for the most part. Most of us, we lead, we don't get none of this. We don't get no incentives for nothing at all. People project their hate towards us, being so statistically, Black men is doing a great job when it comes to raising our children, better than any non-Black man in this country. This is just a fact. You could get this. We could go to CDC all day. Facts and data will never lie. But again, mainstream media teaches us something else. These courts and stuff like that, a lot of the times the ex-wife, the ex-girlfriend gotta be batshit crazy in order for us to get custody. In a lot of situations, they actually be that way, batshit crazy. But all right, let's rewind it just a little bit. Hold on, because I want you to hear what he said.
Is my ex-wife. So she next, and then I'm going to do myself too. But I just wanted to say this to people.
You see,
don't play with people's emotions, man. Don't lie on these men. Oh, here's my ex-wife right here.
This ain't no game, man. This is and the comments stop making excuses and stuff like that. Nobody's making excuses. I'm giving facts. I don't know about the excuses that people think telling people before they even go through stuff like this. to be very aware of situations that's giving excuses. You know, again, people are mentally ill. People are mentally ill. That's how they shut things down until it happened to them. You see, even with my very younger days, I wasn't never the person that would shut things down because it ain't happened to me. I never was that guy. I used to worry if something happened to an associate of mine, a great friend of mine, a family member. It didn't even have to be close to me. I wondered, would I be next? You know, and this is why I make sure that I tell people what they need to understand. This is why I try to be, just like several other people, several thousands of people, I try to be that person that's going to give whatever knowledge that I can give. Even if I didn't even go through it, even if a friend went through it, or a cousin, or a family member, or somebody that I know of went through it, I'm always going to try to give something. I'm always going to try to do that. But the video that you just seen at the end, he chased at, he like knocked on his ex-wife door. Just imagine that Trump, that you about to die. You seeing what, and he just shoot the woman, you know, you know, this, it's been so many situations where I know so many men, and especially black men, that died of depression, that died suicide. People don't like to talk about that, especially when it comes to the man, especially when it comes and especially when it comes to the black man. Nobody don't want to talk about that. Nobody don't want to give no feedback on stuff like that. They say, hell, fuck all that. They man up. It's really no outlets. Being as though I had 10 years of therapy, being as though therapy helped me, but it's really no outlets for black men for therapy. That's why I try to ask young men that's coming up, guys that I coach and stuff like that. I try to ask them, what you think about being a psychiatrist one day? I know it costs a lot of money, but we need more of them. Black men need to be psychiatrists, like no other, because we have to fight every depression alone. They got many outlets for our women, many programs that's going to help them, many. They have so many different outlets, but the man, the young man, the man in general, let alone the black man, we don't have that many outlets, especially when it comes to depression. And look at some of these school shootings. These kids, they're depressed. You see a kid, man or male or female, having a problem in school, whatever. You might not be a professional, but you try to do the best you can by saying, yo, if you need somebody to talk to me. I know I'm probably not going to be able to help you with that situation, whatever situation was going on, but you can talk to me. The guy didn't have, and this is not making an excuses. We showing you what depression will cause if you don't deal with it. That's what we showing you. If you don't deal with depression, this is what is going to cause. A lot of times, and a lot of this stuff is happening. Being as though ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, ex-wife, a lot of this stuff is happening. And the court system don't give a shit about your depression. They still want their money. They don't care who raised the child. They don't care if the child come, for the most part, they don't care if the child be a good citizen when he or she grow up. They don't care. So if they got to put both of the parents through the ringer because they don't know how to cope with each other. One parent lying on one another, and this and that, the third, the other, just to get more money because it's all about the money. That shit start to cause depression. This is just a fact. This don't have nothing to do with excuses. It starts to cause depression. And it's funny to me because, again, that man was fighting for his children for 3 years in the court system, wasting thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. And also, let me see. I'm actually going to read this article. I'm going to read this article to you guys before I go any further. Hold on. Let's read this article. Hey, please like and subscribe to the channel, Kasim Lamar Dream Big Podcast. You see what you see. Please like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're gonna read some of this article. I didn't read this one. I was reading another article today. I'm actually probably going to read from my phone if it's not the same one I was thinking about. Okay, a man forced his way into a Federal Hill home and shot his ex-girlfriend to death Saturday afternoon before heading to Colombia, where he gunned down his ex-wife and took his own life. I'm sorry. Here we go. Where we at? I was on here. Like police officials said, between killing the suspect took to Facebook Live outside of Columbia apartment building, where he says he is upset about custody issues with both women. People look at that like, let's say the guy didn't kill him, because it'd be situations when the guy didn't kill the person. It'd be many situations the guy didn't kill his wife or girlfriend for bringing them through the ringer. They say you should have tried harder. You ain't fighting for your kids enough. This is their delusion. Maybe your Pookie and Ray Ray ain't fighting for the kids. The dude that you knew wasn't shit. Maybe he ain't fighting for the kids enough, But there's many men out there that are fighting for their kids. Big time. Anyway, he said, I just did something crazy. I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head. He said, felt like a dream. I never thought I would be that guy. I can't go to prison. Being as though he's trying to tell people he's not a Pookie and Ray Ray. He's a dude that just went crazy. Again, I think he's a nurse. He's like a registered nurse. They say he was making over $150,000, $200,000 a year. All right. So this guy was a productive citizen, a very productive citizen. Okay, so that's many, and I'm gonna bring facts to you too. That's 59% of Black men either live in the middle class or high class. All that bullshit that you always talking about is you can't find no man and this and that, the third. Nah, that's some 16% of Black men that a lot of you make babies with. A lot of you. Those are 16%. The ones that have multiple baby mothers, just as such as yourself. Those men, them 16% of Black men. Okay, another fact. Check the CDC. Okay, let's go back to the story. Then I'm going to, and then he said, I can't go to prison. So the person that really started my depression and all of this is my ex-wife. So she's next. Then I'm going to do myself too. In that moment, his wife opens the door. Oh, there's my ex-wife right now. Exactly what he said. He says as the video cuts. The Facebook video was reposted to Twitter by a woman who wrote that she was friends with the gunman. The apartment building number visible in the video is the same that county police had blocked off Saturday evening. This is terrible, terrible tragedy. Tragedy. Baltimore Police Commissioner Michael Harrison told reporters near the city crime scene, "Our thoughts and prayers are with the family of these victims." Absolutely. Yes, they are. Authorized said they were not identifying the gunman or victims until they had been able to reach next of kin. Cheryl Lucan, a Howard County police spokesman, confirmed the gunman's relationship to the two victims. On his Facebook, he posts often about working as a nurse, anesthesiast. I guess he's like one of the tip top. This man make a lot of money. Baltimore officers assigned to the department Southern District station got a call around 1:30 p.m. about the residents' alarm in the 1500 block of Marshall Street. Harrison said when they arrived, officers discovered the back door to the home had been kicked in. This is the place and everything. All right. So I'm going to read you like the history of him and his ex-wife that they post as well. Let me stop sharing this. I'm going to read you that. Here we go. There was a couple of things while I was trying to do my little research on. Okay, police said Rajay Sharif Black, 44, fatally shot his ex-girlfriend Tara Lingbing, 41, inside a home in South Baltimore. That's like a upscale area. South Baltimore is like an upscale area of Baltimore. He then traveled to Columbia and that's another upscale area, and gunned down his ex-wife, Wendy Natalie Black, 42. All these older people. Damn. You shouldn't be going through that at that age, in my opinion, but people do all the time. So I guess you're supposed to. I don't. This society is effed up. Okay, and as we read that. It's another part. I want you guys. I want you guys to say. Okay, court record shows that Blacks, him and his wife, they call them Blacks. That's the last name. Have been tangled in custody battle since July of 2018. There have been filing nearly every month throughout the past 3 years, with the most recent one being filed Tuesday. This man been filing till the end. He filed to the end. A lot of people don't do that, men or women. On 3 years of custody battles, when you running out of money. Okay, both Wendy and Rajay Black worked as certified registered nurse, so both of them making good money. Anesthesias for surgeries and other procedures such as epidural, so they making good money. Both they were. Very, very, very sad story. There are several domestic violence. They got big time jobs and they're going through this mess. I can't see I went through that mess, the domestic shit over and over again, fighting, arguing when I was in my early 20s, and that turned me the hell off right then and then. And I said to myself, I can't go do this no more. And I actually did, Okay, here we go. Okay, what we say? Rajay, okay. There are several domestic violence cases listed in online record against Rajay Black. If I'm messing up his name, excuse me. Okay. With the latest being issued in April of 2020, The April case along with a peace order in March of 2019 were dismissed by a judge, the record shows. 2 other domestic violence cases were filed in July of 2018 and September of 2018, but were dropped shortly after being filed. They was wasting a whole lot of money in these court procedures. The court records do not say who filed the charges against him. Court records also show a domestic violence case against Wendy Black in October of 2018, but the case was dismissed by the person who filed it. The records do not show who filed the complaint. In the video posted on Facebook, Rajay Black says he just did something crazy. Okay, we've read all that. Seem like this an older couple in their 40s going through like a lot of shit, and for him to supposedly, because this is what she told the courts, this is why it's taking their time. For what reason, I don't know. What's taking their time is that when she said that he molested their children, and if this man molested their children, again, they wouldn't have him file every month if this actually went on. If this actually went on, they wouldn't have him file for all that. And again, this is not for no excuses for that man murdering his ex-wife and ex-girlfriend, because the children are going to lose out. The court system, in my opinion, should take, if you're looking at it into a 3-dimensional mindset, the court system should take all the blame. The reason for it is you're taking kids away from a father because of it fit the narrative of, because she has a good job, both of them have a good job. For what he's saying is that he had no custody of them. She's making it hard. And a lot of you people don't understand when you got from a man's point of view, especially a black man point of view, and that's actually trying to take care of his family. When you're dealing with a man like this, you're doing everything you possibly can to be a upstanding citizen, and things of that nature. And then everything you're doing is like, people saying, well, who the fuck cares? Who cares? So that's depression there. And then you with your ex-girlfriend, you guys together now, and all of a sudden she get pregnant. Y'all having these arguments back and forth, and now she's saying you're not going to see your kid either. If that really happened, you're not going to see. But it's not far fetched. I know many men went through this shit. So you're not going to see your kid either. So now you're dealing with a person that don't have nobody at all. Let's say if it was a woman, don't have nobody. The man cheated on her, took the kids because he got more money, this and that third. Now she got a boyfriend. She had a kid with him. Let's say that's turning it around for all you people that just don't want to discuss things. Y'all don't want to be some people it's too immature for a conversation like this. Let's say it was a woman that done all this. Would you not want to look at her depression and how can we stop this before it get like this for the next time? Because again, this shit is happening a lot. It's a lot of murder-suicides, and it's a lot of just people committing suicides, especially men. We 2 to 3 times more likely to commit suicide. But again, we have programs for women, women that's being enabled women that is not accountable. We got programs for any type of woman that you wanted to be programs for. And we have to deal with that. All I'm saying is, in this case that we have today, you know, in this situation, we have to look at it as in the big picture. Because if we don't look at it like that, we say, oh, it's another that motherfucker. He's a coward. He's, you know, being dismissive of a person that's going through shit. Because again, I did a story from a lady last year that killed all 3 of her children, and it was 1,000 excuses for her. 1,000. But again, this very typical, hypocritical society that we in don't give a shit about the man, and especially if the man does his job. This why over 50% of black men are in middle class or higher and without children. This is a freaking fact. A lot of black men are starting to wake up. It's a shame this man ain't wake up and say to himself, he just gotta, you know, get into a situation where you gotta move yourself in something where, you know, and it's hard for us, but we could find it. I found it, you know, into a safe place before you do that. So, and now, because now your kids is going to suffer. The 2 kids, I think a kid or 2 kids that he had, he's going to suffer. They're going to suffer. They're going to need a psychiatrist. This is a cycle that needs to stop. That's all I'm saying. This is a cycle that needs to stop. Just because because we're men, that don't mean we don't go through shit. We go through shit more than women. We often ourselves 2 times to 3 times as much as women are. Again, this is a fact. So we got to be going through something. And when I say men, I mean all men. We often ourselves, not just black men, 2 to 3 times more than women in this society. But you guys saying, oh, stop making an excuse. But I get it, because we have people that have their mental mind is not at ease, so they're gonna think stupidity like that. They're not gonna want to, like, you know, understand a conversation, what this conversation is going. You know, I could be opinionated, but let's get to the root of a solution. You know, and again, I'm going to keep on making videos like this, as I said, for the last year, for the last year and a half. I'm going to keep on making videos that actually it's a learning situation. And if people don't like the fact that, you know, we need to make videos like this, we need to understand why would a man or a woman, because it happens on the women as well, but I talk for men, but especially black men, you know, because I want black men to do a lot better. And we are. We absolutely are. You know, but we got to stop being afraid to tell people to not try to manipulate us with these fake numbers. We looking at real statistics. Only 16% of black men, to get off topic a little bit, only 16% of black men, I'm going to do a video on this. I'm actually going to just do a video. I wasn't going to do a live video on it, but I'm going to do a video on this topic more than likely tomorrow. Only 16% of black men are fathers to 80% of black boys and girls, black babies in the world. In this, I'm sorry, in this country. Only 16% of, I'm going to say it again, only 16% of black men are fathers to 80% of black babies in this country, especially for the last 10 to 15 years. So what does that mean? Only in the black community, 59, I'm talking about almost 60% of black women are, are mothers of 80% of the babies. 59%. So with that 59% of black women and that 16% of black men are just making all the babies, and I'm kind of included in that. But one thing I'm not included in, I take care of mine. A lot of these dudes, they look for that's not taking care of their situation. People hate when I say that, but this is real. You trying to tell me that almost 60% of black men, and it's a fact too, almost 60% of black men are middle class or upper class without any children. You mean to tell me all of them men ain't good men? Or it's just that because they don't have the swagger that they need to have to be with the modern day woman? Let's turn it back to the subject at hand now. Young men, you have what we didn't have when we was growing up. You have different outlets such as myself that's teaching you how to be the man that you need to be in this society, because the society don't give a shit about you. They don't. And especially if you're a black man. So you can make them bad choices if you want to. Or you can, and I'm not saying this man didn't vet his ex-wife, because as a matter, like I said early in the video, he was with her for 7 years before they had babies together. But we got to stop making these mistakes. We have to be with a woman that actually understands family, being family oriented, a logical thinking woman, a woman that's somewhat old fashioned and consistent. And you have to be the same way. And if you want one is if your thing is if you're what is it, a poly, if you're not one of them guys that don't believe in monogamy, let them know that. You have to be honest. You have to develop yourself. You have to develop yourself to a point that you're not going to need certain people, so you will know who to vet that's coming in and out of your life, because your sanity is the most important. Your mentality is the most important. And I feel I feel a certain way. I feel sad because now these children is going to be without a mother and a father. And his ex-wife supposedly was pregnant. I'm sorry, his ex-girlfriend was supposedly pregnant. And that is, to put yourself in that man's shoes. I would never want to put myself in that man's shoes. He even said he never thought he would be that guy to do this. He said it. You guys can go research him a little more, and if you have any, questions about it, let me know. And if you want to, if you need to disagree with me about it, let me know. Let's have an actual discussion about it, productive discussion. Again, I'll be praying for them kids and that family, big time. And I'll also be praying for, future couples understanding what it means when it comes to this society. When you're married, when you got these kids, it's literally, you have to invest. It's literally something that If you don't invest in the right way, it can all blow up in your fucking face. Excuse my language. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you want to, you can, you could donate to the channel as Cash App $Kasim39. And I hope you guys enjoy your rest of your night. And again, guys, your sanity is the most important thing on earth. Take care of it. Take care of it. Find a way. Find a way to take care of your sanity before it's too late. Peace.